Hello guys, how are we all doing? Welcome back to yet another video. Today is a big one. It's the 1st of March, so I thought what we could do is predict how I see the League One table looking come the end of the season. There's a good 10-11 weeks left of this League One campaign, and let's predict how I think it's going to finish. Let me know your predictions down below. Make sure you've dropped a like. Do subscribe as well. We're so close to 9,000 subs, so drop a like, drop a subscribe, and let's get into this, starting at the bottom and working our way up. So then, for my bottom four, I've gone for Crewe Alexandra, Gillingham, Morecambe and Fleetwood Town. Let's start with Crewe, who have been awful this season. Really, really bad. I feel for the Crewe fans. When you have a season like this, it is one you want to chalk off straight away. I don't have any hope for them winning. I think they won their last game at the time of recording this, but I think they're 8 points adrift. They're the worst home team in the league. They're the worst away team in the league. I'm not sure what's gone wrong at Crewe, but they just look really, really bad. Gillingham in 23rd. Gillingham haven't had a good season. They've been in League One for a while, and I think this really could be the end for them. They picked up 30 points from 35 games, so they're projecting probably under 40 points. You'd be very lucky to survive with that. These two in particular need a real good late surge to survive this season. Next up, I'm going for Morecambe, and this one would pain me because Morecambe have been a good addition at times this season. Obviously, Stockton's been fantastic with the goals he's got, but as the season's gone on, they've just struggled to keep up, and their recent form is sucking them down. Morecambe under a point per game now, and I just don't know if they're going to have the resources when it comes to the final run-in to stay up. If they could do what they do best, which is getting Stockton to get the goals, getting back-to-back wins, at times, like I say, they've done that through the season, then they could just do it, but I think they might fall short. And then in 21st place, I've gone for Fleetwood Town, the Cods, a team I've got a lot of respect for. You know, you think this is not a massive club, but they've done so well to be in League One for so long, and obviously respect to their fans as well, the ones that do go to the games. But it's 7 games without a win at the time of recording this, and it's just not good at all for Fleetwood Town. I think they could stay up. I really think they could. I'm going for them to go down, but there's quite a few teams in the mix, so they'll just be hoping to be one of them that just creeps over the line this season. Next 4 teams I've gone for: Doncaster Rovers, AFC Wimbledon, Shrewsburytown and Bolton Albion. We'll start with Doncaster, who've had a pretty poor season, but there's signs of gradual improvement. There's results like that one at Sunderland a few weeks ago where I thought, that's a good result. You know, if they could just churn out these results when they least expect them, they're competitive. Okay, there's some games they lose where they've come out on the wrong side, they've played well, they've scored goals, but just not enough to take anything from the game. Like I say, the bar could be low this season. There's quite a few bad teams, to be honest, and Doncaster could be one of them that just gets over the line. And there is always one team that kind of shoots out when you don't expect it to. For me, that's going to be Doncaster. A great escape, I'm expecting. AFC Wimbledon, I don't know why, but they always survive, don't they? And it's great for them. Obviously, Wimbledon have been on a real journey as a club, and they shot up the divisions after obviously having to re-establish themselves. And since then, they've just really stuck in League One, haven't they? I don't think they've really got the resources or the money to really push on to the top end of League One, which would be great, but League One's very competitive now. But just to keep surviving is still a very decent achievement, and I think Wimbledon will do that again this year. Next up, Shrewsburytown, a team on their day, are actually pretty decent in League One. They've just been bobbling along recently, and I'm just not seeing any sort of consistency for them to climb up the table more than this. Obviously, if they do go on a good run now, they can absolutely prove me wrong. But in my opinion, I don't think they're in any danger of going down. And the same could be said for Bolton Albion, who are good at times. I've gone for them to fall down the table a little bit. This is probably as low as they could fall. Realistically, they probably could still finish in that mid-table section, but I've gone for Bolton Albion to drop down a couple of places. Next 4 clubs are Cheltenham Town, Lincoln City, Cambridge United and Charlton Athletic. Let's start with Cheltenham, who have been a brilliant addition to League One this year. Them and Cambridge as well. We'll come on to Cambridge in a minute, but Cheltenham have been holding their own against some big clubs in this division, and I really like it, honestly. Some of the clubs that come up from League 2, they really do struggle, and sometimes they can just naturally go straight back down, and I thought that could be a cause for concern for Cheltenham, but they've more than held their own, and yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do in League One again next year. The next club I've gone for is Lincoln City, who I've got to say have surprised me this season in terms of how bad they have been. I've gone for them to slightly improve towards the end of the season because I think Lincoln, as a club, and the players they've got really can finish strong, but overall it's still not a very good season if they finish in the bottom half, considering what they've done over recent years. They've been pretty shocking at home, to be honest, this year, but like I say, it's one of them seasons where if they could just stay up, they could chalk it off and go again next year. Cambridge United, another club who've come up and really punching and holding their own in League One. Cambridge United obviously got some decent players, good football at times, to be honest. They've made their home ground a bit hard to go and win at sometimes, because like I say, some of these teams that come up from League 2, they really can struggle. It is a big jump from League 2 to League 1 for some clubs, but Cambridge United are more than holding their own, and And yeah, looking forward to seeing what they can do in League One again next year. I've gone for Charlton Athletic to sneak into mid-table, which still doesn't sound great, as Charlton, for me, growing up, were always a Premier League club. I mean, Charlton, just thinking about it now, they're a big club in League One. They've got a good fan base. I like their stadium. And yeah, I've gone for them to have a late resurgence. At the time of recording this, they've actually lost 5 games in a row. But I look at Charlton and I think they've actually got some pretty decent players for a team that's in the position they are. They're just not really clicking this season. Nothing's really worked for Charlton, has it, to be honest. But Albie Morgan's a good player, and I think this run they're on is probably the lowest ebb they're going to get to. You know, some teams go on a bad run and then they can start climbing the table again. I've gone for Charlton to end quite strong considering where they are right now. Next up in the top half, I've gone for Accrington Stanley. They're just so solid, aren't they? To be honest, they could finish higher than this, but I've gone for them to finish pretty much where they are now. They've more than established themselves in League One. Honestly, if any League Two or National League clubs want to get to League One, they've got to look at what Accrington Stanley do as a club, and they just hold their own. Honestly, they're not a massive club. I think a lot of their fans would agree with that, but I love the journey they've been on and the fact they're holding their own. Some good players there, and they're never an easy game. Going to their place is never easy, so fair play to Stanley for being in the top half. Next up, I've gone for Ipswich Town. This is a tricky one. This is where there's a lot of teams that could make the playoffs. Ipswich to finish 11th. They have played a few more games than everyone else. They're a bit of a streaky team. They can go on some really good runs. They were really exciting in the first half of the season. And to be honest, they're on a decent run at the moment, but then they can go on a bit of a poor run. I think it was their first sort of 5 or 6 games, their real slow start to the season, which actually kind of killed them in terms of, you know, what they could have done this season. It might be what's made them miss out on the top 6 ultimately, but yeah, still, if they can finish in the top half, they need to build on this for next season. Bolton Wondrous in 10th place. That's a weird one. Last time I was talking about League One, I was so sure they'd be in the top 6. I was sure they'd be about 3rd or 4th, but they're falling away, aren't they, Wycombe Wanderers? I can't put my finger on why it is, and you just look at the other teams at the moment, they just look a little bit more hungry. It's not impossible for Wycombe to get back into that top 6, but right now, based on the form, I can't see it happening. I don't know if there's any Wycombe fans that want to let me know their feelings, but not sure on that one. Next up, I've gone for Bolton Wondrous, one of the most dramatic teams to watch in League One. They've been good fun when they win or lose. Some of their results, that 6-0 against Sunderland, really stands out. A mental team and a pretty streaky team as well. Like I say, they can go on a really good run and then fall away a little bit, and ultimately I think that's maybe how the season will end for them. I'd like to see them finish in the top 6 for what they've been through as a club, you know, and their fans really loyal, stood behind them for, well, basically everything. Like I say, that League One season when they went down, they were playing their kids every week, and the fans still kept turning up, you know, away from home, like 3,000 to Tranmere or 3,000 to Gillingham, whatever it was. Incredible support from Bolton, maybe a team for next season. Now this is where it gets really, really tricky. 8th place, I've gone for Portsmouth. I've gone for Portsmouth to break into that top 8 because at the moment they've got games in hand and they've got some good players. Ronan Curtis is one of my favourite players in League One. They're improving, but like I say, just the quality up here, they really need to stand out to get into that top 6. It's not impossible, and it would be nice to see Portsmouth bounce back because Portsmouth, once again, I grew up with them being a Premier League team. You know, they won the FA Cup not that long ago. So, yeah, Portsmouth building as a club. I've got a lot of respect for them. I've gone for them to finish 8th. Would be nice to see them in there. Plymouth Argyle in 7th place. Now, I was literally, before this video, swapping 6th and 7th over because this is incredibly tight. And I'll probably be wrong, to be honest. This isn't how it's going to end necessarily. But Plymouth Argyle to finish 7th. And I look at their March fixtures. That is what's going to decide it. At the end of March, I might change my mind and put them in the top 6. They've been on a good run, and then I think they've lost their last 2 games before this video, so God knows with Plymouth Argyle. But I've said before, I love this club. Honestly, Plymouth Argyle are a good club. I'd love to see a club from Devon get back into the Championship. Honestly, it's just they're representing the South West, and yeah, real good club, Plymouth Argyle, some good fans there. In 6th place, I've gone for Sunderland then. Like I say, I'm not 100% sure about this, but I will just give them the top 6 based on their last result, to be honest. It's kind of saved them in this prediction. That 3-0 win at Wigan, if it's an outlier, if it's a freak result, then Sunderland might not make the top 6, but it can be something to build on, and that's what I'm going for. Sunderland are in a strong position, albeit they've played a few more games than other teams, but they just need to get over the line, just be a top 6 team for this last 10 games. Just don't drop the levels, and they should get over the line. But like we've seen with Sunderland before, they can fall away, but they're a big club, aren't they? They really need to bounce back soon, and I'm so surprised they're still down in League One. 5th place, Oxford United, always a strong outfit in League One, aren't they? They're always in there, aren't they? I think that's, would it be 3 seasons in a row they've finished in the playoffs if they do that? I can't see them falling away. They're just very, very solid. So then my top 4, I'm going for Sheffield Wednesday to finish in 4th place. They're hitting form at the right time as far as I'm concerned. I think that's 4 wins in their last 5. Good squad. Bannon, easily one of the best players in League One. And yeah, Sheffield Wednesday just doing bits. I wasn't sure a few weeks ago. I was thinking, oh, they might just miss out on the top 6. But like I say, they've come good at the right time. And wouldn't it be great to see Sheffield Wednesday get back to the Championship? If Sheffield United don't go up, then we could have the Steel City derby in the Championship next year. I suppose we'll wait and see. 3rd place, MK Dons. They are just doing bits this season. If anyone breaks into the top 2, it's MK Dons. They're really, really ending the season strong. Their fans will be hoping they're not peaking too early, because if they finish in the playoffs and they've hit their good run now and say they drop away going into the playoffs, then I don't know. I mean, hopefully that doesn't happen for them. I think they look good. Scott Twine, very good player for MK Dons. And like I say, if anyone's going to break into the top 2, I'd go for MK Dons. But in 2nd place, I am going for Wigan Athletic. They've got 3 games on MK Dons and they're level on points. So they need to score probably a solid 5 or 6 points minimum just to open that gap up before this final homeward stretch. And yeah, Wigan have been very strong this season. And like I say, it'd be great to see Wigan back in the Championship as well. Top of the league, no surprises. Rotherham United, they are beasts when it comes to League One. Everything that could be said about this squad has been said. Rotherham are just always too strong. I think I predicted them to be in the playoffs at the start of the season, and well, they've proved to be better than that as well. They're top of the league and they look like they're going to win the league. Fair play to Rotherham United. Paul Warne's doing a fantastic job as per usual. So then guys, that wraps up today's video predicting how League One's going to finish. Oh my god, that hurt my head. League One is a great division this year. Some really big clubs in there. It'll be interesting to see who does go up and down. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Make sure to drop a like, do subscribe as well, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace out.